Welcome to Mediocre Man Theater and our continued presentation of an RPG with no memory. We find our hero, Mediocre Man Miyoshi, sitting down to get ready for the school year. He's going to try to remember how to code and make some programs for his students too. Wait a minute, something's going on here. He can't seem to remember how to code. Nothing at all. What could this be? He thinks back. Oh, perhaps it was that sting on his when he went to go see the cyber warfare unit. At any rate, he can't remember anything. But he comes back and he says, I wrote a book and I can learn from my book just like I expect my students to. So he puts on his book and he opens up Visual Studio and he remembers too that he has a GitHub repository and he even has videos on YouTube that can help him remember how to code. And so, armed with these tools, Mediocre Man Miyoshi sets out to relearn how to code in C++. He starts by looking at his book and putting in comments, putting in some code, and following along just like he tells the students. Have the book open on one screen and open up your IDE or integrated development environment on the other screen. And he does just what he tells them to do. He also shows them how to make a solution with a bunch of different projects, just like he showed them how to do on his video on YouTube. He creates one project with one solution with many projects, including his new RPG. He thinks, I will do that RPG and figure out all the other stuff as I go along. And so he creates Hello World, but instead of just Hello World, he creates his introduction to his RPG. Yes, he tells the user all about what's going to happen. He even runs the program so that he knows what's happening. Just as he tells the students over and over, run your code, test your code often. Failure's not failure unless it's the last time you're going to try. So, run the code. And if you make mistakes, that's okay. Mistakes are there so that you can just fall down and get back up and keep learning. He commits his repository to GitHub, makes it private, and he sets out on his new adventure. And just like that, he's got something new and something exciting. Oh, what's this? He's doing another program. He started another project in his GitHub or in his solution. This time he's making variables and constants. Oh, just one variable. He's outputting to the screen because he needed some variables for his RPG. And there he has it. Code right from the book. It's not exactly what the book asks for. It's not the question, the problem that he wants. But he can adapt. He can change it. Oh, and look at that. He can just copy and paste to his heart's desire. As long as he's copying his own code, he doesn't mind that. Just like he tells the students, copy and paste your own code when you understand it. But don't copy and paste from everywhere in the world, especially from Word, because you'll get problems in your code, problems that you can't even really see. And there he goes, getting a username from the user. He's telling the user, oh, he's even addressing the user. Look at that. And he checks it out. And he runs it, and he checks it out. And he codes some more, and he runs it, and he checks it out. Just like he tells the students. Run it, and run it, and run it. Oh, look at this. He's doing some random numbers. Random numbers for his health between a couple different variables to minimum and maximum. And he's got some damage points so that he can maybe have some interactions with non-player characters or NPCs as he goes along. And there he displays to the user some damage and health. Oh, some health first, and then he's making his damage points. And he's doing that between a couple variables as well. Well, it looks like the same. Oh, nope, different variables this time. And he then shows the user what's going on. Oh, what's he doing here? Oh, he's giving the user some coins as well. So, as he programs, Mediocre Man Miyoshi keeps testing and he keeps trying it out. He looks through his book. He even uses the search on the book to get to where he wants to and finds what he needs, and then he goes along his merry way. Looks like he's getting ready to push up to GitHub. He commits, pushes, and he's done for the day, satisfied that he did some good stuff. Tune in next time when Mediocre Man Miyoshi does some branching.